Okay, back to annotating this drawing. Um, let's see. We need a dash line here for the cantilever joist, and then also for the slab bearing here. And the way to do that is on the Annotate tab, go Detail Line, and I chose Overhead. Okay, that makes it a little bit shorter dash than if you do a hidden line. Okay, and for this one, you may have to temporarily turn the visibility of the floor. Oh, no, I used underlay. I turned on underlay for the first floor, and then trace the edge of the wall for that, and then turn underlay back out. Okay, so did that. Can't remember if I talked about tagging these. You can tag the beams, you can tag the footings. Okay. The floor joist symbol, I downloaded one from Revit City, tried it. I didn't like it because you couldn't adjust the text on it very easily, and it was like bold and dark and just didn't look good. So basically, what I did is I did two text blocks here. I just did text, still using the 332nd, but I did two of them. I drew a line, set the arrowheads, and just physically drew those. And then I selected all of them and grouped them together into a group and create group right there. So you'd select them all. And that way I could copy them, boom, 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 and paste, just make copies across through the drawing there. Okay. Um, what else? I think those were big things there. Okay, we're going to do two sections here. Do one over here on this wall. This will be our foundation details. And I created a call out of the footing here. I was trying to do an elevation of that. That didn't look right. So I did a call out and then did a section through the call out. But I think it would serve our purposes better if you just do a section right through here vertically through the middle of that. And I created a call out so I could see it and I popped the section in there. Okay. But it's just a wasted step. So just do a section right through the middle of the footing. And then I renamed them steel column and foundation reinforcing. So for the steel column one, and you'll have to adjust your, oops, that's not what I wanted. You'll have to adjust your crop area to pull it down. And then you'll have to hide some elements up here, the first floor, and then the doors and the walls and stuff up there. Okay. And then turn off or hide the crop region. Okay, so most of these are just notes, okay, that you're going to drop in. I added some detailed fill. So on the annotate, you go region right here. You trace your thing, and I had to create an earth filled region. So I just duplicated one, and right here, you just scroll up down, you can find earth. Okay, uh, the, I'm gonna cancel out of that. Okay, um, they don't have a gravel or a stone one. So I redrew that and just use a dense sand. Okay, so those were detailed hatch regions. Okay, um, you can add a detail item here for the plate. Okay, it's a 2x6, and I turned off the base plate under here because it's 90 degrees to our view, so you really can't see it that well. And so I just brought in um, a detail base plate, a detail item uh, of a steel base plate, half-inch thick. Okay, and I adjusted the size on it, made it 6 inches long, made the hole spacings 4.5, changed the hole diameter, okay, and lined it up, and then brought in detail of expansion bolts. except for those are supposed to be 1/2 inch. Okay, something, when I was moving them around, I don't know what happened. Anyway, those are supposed to be 1/2 inch expansion bolts. Okay. Um, Add the notes. I turned off visibility. I hid a lot of these levels. Okay. And the welding symbol is kind of interesting in here. So on your annotate um, symbols here, you can load a family of the weld symbol. Okay. And when you load it, you've got 3 choices, both bottom and top. Okay, we're using bottom. And pop it in there. Okay. And you got lots of parameters that you can deal with here. Okay. And so, first of all, since it's over here, we want to change that. Okay. Hey, anyway, you got to play with your settings here. Okay. And then you come in here, the bottom weld size 1/4 inch. You just delete that one. It's a field weld, so you turn that on. Okay. Tail note visible. There is a note that you're going to put in there. Okay. And then once you get it done, you can go add leader, and it's going to pop a leader, in there, and you just drag it to where it needs to be, and you can add another leader. Okay, and so that's how I created this one. Okay, and then that looks pretty good on that step. All right, so foundation reinforcing the section here, you just got to turn off a lot of you got to hide a lot of the elements. I brought in a 2x4 detail, a 1/2 inch expansion bolt, or anchor bolt. And since we didn't put reinforcing in the walls, or at least I didn't, you may have, I don't know. So these are detail items. Number 4, rebar section view. And so I'll put 2 of them up here, and then drop 3 of them coming down here. They're about 2 feet apart. Okay. And then your dowels and your rebar and your footing should be showing up. Okay. Once again, I did a detail fill for some earth under that. Added some text. Okay. And our first sheet, you're going to use the E1 size sheet. The D is not big enough, and I think a regular E is too big. So use the E1. Drop, and you want to, before you drop this in, you want to make sure your grids are pulled in, your dimensions are pulled in, and then adjust your view, your crop area on it. And then both of these are 1/2 inch equals 1 foot scale. Okay. The foundation plan is 1/4 inch scale. Now, as far as the footing schedule that's on the drawings, I have been trying to create a generic schedule, just like a table, and Revit will not do that. It just won't. I've been looking around, and um, there's things that people say will work, and I'm trying them, and I can't get them to work. Okay, so the basic consensus with everyone is you can create it in Excel and then save it as a JPEG and import it in as a JPEG image, or you can do it in AutoCAD, save it as a DWG, and then bring it in as an AutoCAD drawing. So for right now, we're going to forego that, and then this is the foundation plan.